tonight's event, Mahmud Jafri, to come up here just to say a few closing thoughts. Mahmud.
Distinguished guests, honorees, members of legislature, ladies and gentlemen, I'm humbled by the honor bestowed upon me by Mira to co-chair this event, and certainly to be in the great company of these great leaders who have staked their claim in this great nation built by immigrants. I am a first-generation immigrant, and tonight it affirms my faith in America as one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Some of us may take these words for granted or may become complacent and assume these gifts to be a God-given right. However, I would like to remind everyone here that while liberty and justice may be a God-given right, it must be protected by hard work, sacrifice, and vision every day of our lives by individuals like you and I. It is for this reason that I support Mira and consider it as a part of my community and my extended family. Most immigrants come from faraway lands with their own culture, traditions, and their own source of strength from their clan or community. When we adopt a new country, we do so at a price, and only an immigrant knows that high price. This usually means we adapt our culture and traditions and take on the challenge of acceptance and assimilation in our new chosen country. In the words of Imam Ali, I say to you, the land you are living on has more rights than the land that you come from. And I interpret that as I will protect and invest in the land where my grandchildren will be playing and not the land where my grandparents are buried. As an American Muslim, I am acutely aware of the fragility of liberty and justice for all. Every day we are constantly challenged about our patriotism, and we are among the immigrants who are constantly changing definition of what is it to be an American. And once again, this is where the great work of Mira comes in, so critical to the immigrant community. I will share a recent example with you. Our Governor Deval Patrick recently had an audience with the Muslim community, as he had similar audiences with the Jewish, Christian, Hindu, and several other ethnic, religious, and business groups. It was a well-attended event representing 40 different organizations and ethnicities. It was a landmark event that brought the Muslim community together on a positive note. Muslims in Massachusetts were feeling honored and proud of the fact that yes, they are part of the community. And yes, Governor do care enough to visit with them. Once again, Mira was instrumental in advising Governor the importance of the immigrant community in the Commonwealth. Through the New Americans agenda that Governor presented last Thanksgiving, at a series recommending series of policy recommendations that emphasize the positive integration of immigrant communities into the economic and civic life of Massachusetts. Governor Dukakis, you were much more polite and you did not make any specific references, but I, as an immigrant, may take some liberties. Unfortunately, this was a short-lived glory. Our Treasurer Cahill made some bigoted remarks not worth repeating in this polite company, referring to a governor's visit with the Muslim community. While it was initially disheartening for the Muslim community to have this positive experience turned into politics for political gain with his remarks, but His remarks actually fueled a greater interfaith collaboration and dialogue. I'm happy and proud to report to you that in a matter of 48 hours, leaders from Archdiocese of Boston, the Jewish leadership, the Mass Council of Churches, the Black Ministerial Alliance, the 10-Point Coalition, and over 50 clergy from all different faith communities came together, stood with the Muslim community, condemned these comments, and asked for unity and strength that we were given through the Mira Coalition. Another shining example of Mira and the great work that they do. And once again, my faith in America was reaffirmed that we are a nation of tolerant and engaged human beings. And we do have the ability to rise to the occasion in putting an end to hate speech or bigoted statements. We do know how to build bridges and create communities that stake their claim in liberty and justice for all. Please join me in supporting Mira for the great work they're doing in advocating the rights of immigrant and refugees who have contributed so much to this wonderful land of the free and home of the brave. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Jafri, and you can take Mr. Jafri's words to heart by supporting Mira, by listening to our next speaker, who will be auctioning off very quickly.